We're back. Now we're going to move from this whole topic of nanny exploitation into what is truly exploitation, which is this issue of human trafficking. So Barbara, I know that you're an expert in this area. Can you talk to us about what is human trafficking for our viewers as well as the panelists here?
Yes, right now? Of course. And it is an interesting and an important segue because, as a matter of fact, being held against your will in circumstances that are not one of your choosing in a labor situation or in a sex slavery situation is part of human trafficking. And it's being held in a situation in an unsafe situation without a choice of leaving. And so we did talk about exploitation in homes in terms of fair pay, in terms of fair hours, but sadly, and in this country and in Brooklyn as well as the other boroughs, there are people who are living enslaved. The term human trafficking is one that, fortunately, thanks to Brooklyn Savvy and to you, Tony, that more and more people are learning about as a result of public awareness, which is the first step in any advocacy work, particularly around this human rights tragedy that happens in every country around the world, not just in some countries, and in fact people from countries all over the world are being enslaved in their own country as well as transported across borders. So in the United States, for example, you can be a victim of human trafficking and not be brought in across the border. You can be, in the United States now, if you are under the age of 18 and enforced in prostitution, you are considered a victim of human trafficking.
That's sex trafficking.
That's right. And if you're brought, many people are in the United States, the estimates are anywhere from 15 to 20,000 people a year come in through the borders into the United States. Newark Airport, JFK Airport are major hubs for trafficking throughout the United States. Again, a very sad, tragic, horrible, horrendous situation, but thanks to you, Tony, and for Brooklyn Savvy, that all of us can become more aware of this issue and, in fact, speak out against it.
Now, how does smuggling differ from human trafficking?
Good question. Smuggling is, for example, many people wish to leave an unsafe situation in either a war-torn situation, an impoverished situation, human disaster, natural disaster like earthquakes, etc., and they wish to leave and come into another country illegally without proper papers. So they may pay a smuggler and make those arrangements. When they enter into the country of where they paid someone to bring them into, and they're not free to then leave. They don't arrive and then say, okay, give me my passport, here's the $15,000. But instead, the smuggler says, oh no, you're going to be working on this farm now, you're locked in at night and chained. That becomes a case of smuggling, which becomes an enslaved labor situation, or it could be also in sex trafficking.
And they're not aware of that when they
Absolutely not. I just want to say that there are some myths around human trafficking.